Hi there, your beloved Eggy. I've just got a message. It's the 21st of August 2018, half past 3 p.m. Actually, 32 past 3. I've just got a message that you have put false data into my file that you were checking. Obviously checking the person who is compact set of false data. The person having the Ola Kicza history of sexual encounters with the stripteaser, and perhaps some Tom Cruise history too. Unless you have decided to move it elsewhere. So my only comment, should that be the case, because I'm perfectly aware of the hostility created between us, but should that be the case, let me remind you that, first of all, false reports, false data is a crime according to the Scientology system of justice outside the state system and the international law. I'm not going into it. Let's stay within the system. And secondly, what was my second point? You see, it has skipped my attention. Of course, the system is closed and it's coherent. So the overts committed, the crimes committed, strike back at you directly. And should you change that technology to say, no, they do not, well then you would be auto-taking, which is also a crime in Scientology, and it triggers an analogous sequence. I hope you have not committed further crimes, because that would be really the downward spiral. So in the hope, I'm sending you my love and asking you to do the ethics action. Perhaps there's something wrong with your ethics officer. After all, some time ago, the head of the office, the head of the division or department was Hugh, who was personally responsible for this suppression on the 4.0 me. Hello, Saint Hill. It's the 25th of September 2018, 14 past 11 a.m. As my birthday approaches, it's on the 27th of September. A recapitulation for you. Actually, it's quite an important birthday because it's the 44th, and as I got interested in Polish literature, which is far more than literature, but it's actually our spiritual heritage, especially the one rooted in the Polish Romanticism, the period when Poland was in a very difficult situation, and we had great spirits like Adam Mickiewicz, Juliusz Słowacki, or Cyprian Kamil Norwid, bringing certain ideas very high. Adam Mickiewicz actually put himself in the position of suffering for the millions, like Jesus Christ. So this is a sort of matrix that we are dealing with. However, there's a huge spiritual power there, and it needs to be redefined for the new times, so that we would not lose the spiritual potential, but not end up on the cross or crucified otherwise. The 44 is the symbol actually, and because I have got involved in it, I am in a sort of matrix danger. Anyway, the situation, while my body is merged with prostitutes, I probably, as the physical entity, it's been deprived of my identity. A different identity has been installed to my judgment, and the makeup includes criminality and hostile connections. I have informed the prosecutor's office, actually I have not really informed, but asked for investigation in case I were to die. So I believe the prosecutor's office might strike back again because they forwarded it to a party. So the prosecutor's office of a lower level. Anyway, the Agnipolitanian initiatives. The Agnipolitanian Academy Flower Club, which has nothing to do with the flower power in the 60s. The Agnipolitanian School, the Scientology Lab reading Wordsworth aloud, the traditional university, Solianum, which is a think tank, Rietum, which is a spiritual heritage collection, and the Order of Chastity, then the universal initiatives of the Noble Kingdom of Agnipolitania. This is the Holy Kingdom, the Noble Right, Free Poland, White Revolution, Holy Army, and the Sun Revolution. So this is a recapitulation. The recapitulation has a specific context of my current stage in the spiritual development, which has to do with my with the recovery of my identity, and it's related to the family heritage. So some time ago I became aware of a link to an Andrea family, and it's encoded in one of my dad's certificates, and it connects with the Andrea family. On the other hand, my grandma, that is my mom's mom, left a trace which leads to the Habsburg family. So we have the Andrea family and the Habsburg family, which is royalty and papacy. So let's go through the initiatives. The Agnipolitanian Academy remains with all its faculties as it was, 10 altogether. That is 8 faculties and 2 laboratories. The Flower Club is actually poetry, drawing, and dramas. The Agnipolitanian School is a new development, and I focused it on the French language as the leading foreign language. I have been blocked in learning French all my life, so I'm interested in what's going to come with the opening. The Scientology Lab, well, I have sent you some demos, so that should do. Reading Wordsworth aloud is going back to the culture of the lake poets, and the traditional university is the alternative way of the functioning from the Agnipolitanian Academy, which is intimate and private. The academy is interactive. Solianum, the think tank, where all the analyses I do actually come from them. Rietum. So this is for putting in bits and pieces. It starts with Chastity, the capsule Chastity by Norman Davis. The Order of Chastity, pure thought, pure intention, pure thought, pure conduct, pure love, pure life, and nature, that is harmony with the universe. The universal initiatives of the Noble Kingdom of Agnipolitania. The Holy Kingdom on the planet Earth under the auspices of God. So this is where we travel our separate paths, so to say, even though we meet at one point. Um, Probably part of what I'm doing is aberration for you. However, this is not really the way, because if you start the reduction, then you arrive at this pure spirit, which is good as far as the potential is concerned. However, it's deprived of all the abundance we have achieved as spiritual beings. And religions are obviously part of it, with all the potential they have accumulated through ages. The Noble Right is an intellectual and spiritual movement, global, and it has to do with the spiritual right. So not the financial status, not discrimination, but the spiritual ascent. And politics belongs to these activities where this spiritual mission of human beings can be realized. The Free Poland is the realization on the level of Poland, and the brand, if you can call it this way, that is the modern word, but is connected with Queen Jadwiga, Saint Jadwiga, the Queen of Poland. Other powers come from Virgin Mary, obviously, Our Lady of Częstochowa, and this is also my book. As far as reading Wordsworth goes, by the way, this is the proper collection, and this is important for the Holy Kingdom, and this is important for the overall situation too. White Revolution, getting back the sacred, so that it would be sacred again. The Holy Army is a response to the atrocities committed by enemies to spirituality, and the Sun Revolution is the belief in the higher order of all things here and there and everywhere. The 27th of September 2018, 9 to 7 p.m. After all, I have lived to become 44, the symbolic number in the Polish history, and it's Hello St. Hill. I'm back to say thank you for what was good, for the great time I had at St. Hill. I'm really sorry it did not work too well for us. I believe in your thinking, sacrificing me for, oh, you see, the Assangists. Sacrificing me for Tom Cruise or David Miscavige was a natural thing to do, but that is actually departing from the pure technology. And I also get signals that it was actually you who deprived me of the possibility to have children back in 2003 or even earlier. Should that be the case, then your overt would be really great, considering my genes. still this information has not been verified as true.